ash and wastes of the desert concealed a terrible enemy, one that threatened to engulf the entire planet in chaos. Though sorely pressed, the brave soldiers of the Planetary Defense Force held true to their faith in the Emperor and would not falter. With courage and honor, we stood before the enemy and steeled our hearts for the coming fight. Our faith in our battle brothers was unyielding. We stood ready to destroy the foe with bolter and chainsword. With a stronghold in the desert, the traitorous forces of the Word-Bearers launched a deadly invasion against an unprepared population. Millions died in the fire of their relentless advance, and thousands more were enslaved to their unholy cause. A terrible foe of ancient times had returned to wreak bloody vengeance and destroy all who opposed it. To halt this dark crusade was now the goal of every warrior of the Emperor. From the depths of their dread fortress, the Word-Bearers spread foul corruption throughout the world. Such evil could not be allowed to stand, and their time of judgment was now upon them. The armies of the great enemy had to be defeated at all cost. And though the light of the twin suns no longer warmed the planet's surface, it was a price worth paying. Buried deep beneath the planet's frozen wastelands lay a treasure trove of natural resources the Word-Bearers hoped to exploit in their conquest. To deny the enemy these resources became the prime objective of the Ultramarines chapter of the Space Marines. Attacking with daring and ferocity, the warriors of the Ultramarines struck the enemy positions with purifying flame until every warrior was slain. To triumph against the foulest creatures of the warp, an Inquisitor of the Ordo Malleus must have the strongest mind, the purest purpose, and the will to resist the temptations of chaos. Before an Inquisitor, no one is innocent, no one above suspicion, and no one is beyond his reach. When others fear to act, an Inquisitor shows no hesitation and has no mercy. On a world tainted by the corruption of the warp, the Inquisitors of the Ordo Malleus were all that stood between us and damnation. The great cities of the Imperium are sprawling monuments of stone and steel. Vast cathedrals tower above teeming millions, and mighty temple forges belch fire and smoke into the darkened skies. Behind impregnable city walls are people kept safe, but unseen agents of the dark powers plot vile treachery in secret lairs and shadowed crypts. Only eternal vigilance can expose such heresy and prevent it from infecting the minds of weaker men. But such dedication is in plentiful supply for the true followers of the Emperor. Vanity and pride are the curse of humanity. And so it was that this once devoted Imperial commander betrayed his oath of loyalty to the Emperor. Such treachery could only have one answer, and the ultimate judgment was passed upon this heretic and his city. No taint of his corruption could be allowed to remain, and if the entire city had to die to ensure his evil spread no further, then so be it. For those who grant succor to the traitor and the mutant, there can be no mercy. A moment of laxity spawns a lifetime of heresy. Those whose hearts are corrupted are doomed to die before the warriors of the Emperor. No forgiveness, no reprieve. All within the city was corrupt, and only the utter destruction of every living thing could prevent the taint of evil from spreading. Across the ruins of 100 shattered cities and battle-scarred landscapes, the vast hordes of the enemy numbered like the stars. The prospect of our destruction drove them ever onwards. But even in the face of such mindless hatred, we fought with courage and honor. Our enemies thought us weak, but the warriors of the Ultramarines know no fear. And when the time came to act, there was no hesitation. The demons of the warp are humanity's most diabolical enemy, and only the greatest warriors of the Imperium dare fight them. The Grey Knights are the soldiers of the Ordo Malleus. Men with the knowledge, skill at arms, and faith required to fight such monstrous foes. Protected by blessed armor, and armed with weapons of holy purity, they carried the fate of us all into battle. The deceits of the enemy had finally been unmasked, and their ultimate goal was revealed in all its horror. The blood spilled upon the battlefield had been offered up in the summoning of a greater demon, and every war cry was a howl of praise in its name. Our every effort was bent to halt its manifestation, for should such a terrible creature enter our realm, the entire system would be lost forever in a maelstrom of chaos. The very earth trembled beneath our feet, and the taint of blood was on the air. Men went mad with fear as the fiends of the warp howled the chants of summoning, and the mighty demon of chaos pressed its monstrous bulk against the veil between worlds. This was our most desperate hour. All our strength was gathered for the apocalypse, for every warrior knew that should this terrible demon be loosed from the warp, countless systems would drown in the blood of its unholy birth.